Okie dokie. Afternoon, everybody. A little bit different today. Camera's weird angles. I'm going to try to do what the arcade dungeon is really all about. We are about restoring and maintaining and keeping classic arcade and pinball games working. And today we are going to start working on a old electromechanical machine from 1966. It's not mine. First time ever I'm working on a machine. It's not my own. So look at my page here. It is a 1966 Mayfair, Gottlieb Mayfair. So I've worked on a couple other electromechanicals before. I've got my OXO that I completely redone. That's sitting right over here. You can barely see it. And we have a Volley that's over there. That's another Gottlieb from 1977 or 76, one of those years. But this is the oldest one that I've ever got to work on. And it is for a person in El Paso. And I didn't get his hopes up, but I said I can probably do it. We're going to start today with a basic cord replacement. All these machines had cords from, the 60s. And they are not really rated for today. So I told him before I do anything, I want to make sure that it's safe for me to turn on. So my first thing I'm going to do is a cord replacement. So it will require taking and lifting up the playfield, and we'll go from there. But this is also different for me. Many other people might notice I'm used to just pulling down on the lock bar here in the front to be able to lift the playfield. But this playfield has got a bar in the back that you got to pull up. It's really tight, and then lift your playfield. And we're going to lift it all the way up. All the balls are already out, or ball is already out. I'm going to lift it straight up and over this way. So we got to start seeing on the inside of the playfield. This bottom actually looks pretty good. Another thing that I do before I even turn it on is I want to go over everything as much as I can and just see if everything's loose enough. Look for burn marks. Look for anything that I might have to worry about smoking if I tried to turn it on. The customer, the guy who owns it, was more than willing to turn it on. But I was like, nope, I want to do my checks first. And I'm glad I did, and I'll tell you that in a minute, which I still haven't turned it on. But in order to get down in here, you can do this with the playfield in it, but I can easily just take the playfield out. It's two plugs in the back here. They're called Jones plugs, but remember, this is from the 60s, so you got to be very careful. You don't want them to snap or break. So you very gently pulling them out of the socket here. This is all live, so if they do break, it breaks. It's kind of tight on the one side. Just going slow. Oh, there's that side. Okay. No, I didn't prep ahead of time. And then there's another one. Got it. Alright, so obviously this is not modern at all, hitting the bell. So if you can see right here, these are the Jones plugs. And they're just like super old school. You got to be careful too, because sometimes they want to be loose here. These pieces here, these Bakelite or whatever material, can be cracked or broken over age from heat. I can already tell by taking off the plugs as is that, I don't know if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? I can zoom in. Ooh, go down this way. That there is a lot of residue on these plugs. And if you're going to get the game working, you want to clean off all this stuff. So that's going to be one of the things we clean too before we even get started doing that. Let's go back up. That's cool. Control the cameras. Alright, so the first thing I'm doing is taking off the playfield. So I'm going to be very careful not to hit anything that's on the bottom and to set it down in a safe place so it doesn't want to fall over. This one, compared to a lot of different playfields that I've done, this one is very light, very light. Comes right up. Ooh, I still got one on the back box. Ha. That's different. Is it though? No. Sometimes there's one on the back box. So we want to undo that one. There it is. Good to know. Again, first time working on it. So you don't yank too hard. Where are we at? Hope it's not tight into this mess here. It should go down in between all this. Yes. Take that one out. There we go. Now it's dropped out. Big long one for the back box. Let's just look at it while it's out. Yeah. Can stand to do a bit of cleaning on that. Alright, very carefully pick up my wires so they're not going to hit anything or get crunched. Now we'll try this again. Take the playfield out. I'm not saying, I mean it's lighter than a lot, but it's definitely got some weight to it. Set down out of the way over here where you can't see me. So we can get to this part. Alright, so now we have down here another option that you can do is taking this part out, which I don't think I need to right now. The video the guy showed me that the score motor was at least turning, so that was good, and you got some lights on the back box. But this one has a big gaping hole in the back side. I know, it sucks. It's not where the cord's supposed to go, but it's where it's going now. So I'm going to pull it through and show you what's going on with this cord. This is why I never want to turn on the machine when somebody gives it to me without going over it. So first of all, the end of it, can you see that, was spliced. Just right here, and duct and electrical taped and that. That's not completely horrible, but it's going out the wrong spot. It was going out the bottom. It needs to go up and out the back box area. And then they cut off the ground and didn't ground it properly. So we need to ground it properly, and I got a new cord for that. We're going to take this apart. Ugh. Let me get this over here. I don't know why my stream wants to do that. There we go. We're just going to take this off. Everything's unplugged. Duh. You want to go through all of the power things before you ever turn it on. And all the power things, including not just doing the extension, doing the cord, but checking the fuses. Alright, so we're taking this off. Do with it as we will. This is now garbage. Garbage! And just take that off. Okay. So I have a couple options right here. I can go off of this little remnant that's left over and put it in my new cord on that, or I can go all the way to the end with my cord. And I kind of want to do that. I want to go all the way to the end and solder on a new piece. So, in the very back here, there's this whole bundle of wires where the power cord goes into. I don't want to undo these strings holding the whole bundle together because that could just cause chaos. So most I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off the wire near the bundle, and then I'll attach my new wire and sneak it around through here. But there's a couple things we got to do. One, I got my new wire, 3-prong, and thinking just like, you know, just put whatever wire on whatever one, it should be fine. It's just a 2-wire system. No. You can't do that. You got to do it the right way when you're putting it to a 3-prong, so it has to be the right wire in the right way. And I bought this one as well. It was long enough and it was cheap enough at Home Depot. You know, normally if you got a black one, you'd have the 3 colors. You have a white, you'd have a black, and you'd have your ground color. It's right here. But these are all both white and the ground. But they're still different because one side has got a ribbed side and one side is a smooth side. So you can still tell the difference of where you need to be. And for rewiring purposes, the smooth side needs to go through the fuse and or the switch. Which I say and or because this guy doesn't have a switch. And I'm not adding one because it's not my machine. We'll use a multi-plug for the switch. So I got my basic cord right here. I want to go down to the bottom here and disconnect. This side of it's on here is the part that goes through the fuse. So this will be the black side or the smooth side. Right here, sorry, blocking it. That will go onto that one. The ribbed side, or the white one, this is the ribbed side, will be going onto the transformer over here. Easy peasy, easy peasy. So I'm going to have to get my soldering iron hot. That'd be one thing. And then we will feed this also, instead of going down through this hole that's in the back of the cabinet, which I don't know why it's gone. I saw a video where it was gone there too. We're going to feed it up through and go out the back box like it's supposed to. But I think this should be fairly quick and easy enough to do today. And then we have to wait for fuses. Because I live in a small town in the middle of nowhere and you just can't get everything here. So I have to wait for an order to come in. But first things first, let's get a soldering iron hot. I usually have my base station soldering iron, and then I have one that I can move around everywhere. And I got an extension cord over here that I can use, which I'm probably going to have to turn on. Do that. While it's heating up, just go over some other little things that I'm going to do. Cool thing with Gottlieb is that they have all of their switches and relay banks. They are all on these. They have these nice little pins that you can pull out, and you can swing the arm out and look. But even when you do that, you still have to be careful not to lose a wire, because some of these wires over time may come off. So be very careful to pay attention to where those wires are. But I'm not going to do that part today. I'm just going to do the rewiring. But I can visually look at stuff and kind of check things out. These are supposed to move a little bit because they're on little relays that get pulled in whenever certain modes or functions supposed to be going. And I just kind of see that they're free. And I did notice that the one over here that is marked 115 volt hold relay, which means that it's going to be one that stays on when the game is on, is not releasing. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to. It's just kind of stuck, and it's got some burn marks on it. So I don't know if this is bad or not. We're going to check that out. And then this other one over here, this one is marked first and second player scoring control relay. This one is also not giving me any play. So either the spring needs to be reworked or something. Got to work on that. Plus I got to vacuum all this stuff out. That's garbage. All right. We see if it's should be getting hot here in a second. I get my light on. Blind the world with my light. Yep. All right. Nice convenient thing with this hole in the back is maybe I can just do it from the back side. I need to feed it up through this hole up here first. Yeah, I'm going to feed it up through and then tie a knot so it doesn't want to slip out. Feed it up through where it's supposed to go off the back. Got to turn. I think the head is loose, so I'm just finger loosen it. think most of it's loose. There it is. There it is. Nope, I got one side that's not. Maybe I can swing it. Yep, swing it just enough. That's good. Alright, it should be long enough here. I want to get these wires in my hand. I got 15 feet, so I got plenty of cable. I don't have to cheat any of it here. Ideally, I want 4 to 6 feet hanging out the back anyway, so. Alright. What we got for it? It's really long. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot in this piece here before we get going. I'm sorry you can't see me right now. It's kind of hard to swing everything around. I'm just tying a knot in the cord so it doesn't want to slide back through. There we go. Put it back in position in a little groove the manufacturer put there. I'm going to slide my back box back. Finger tighten them again because I don't know. I'm going to take it off. So the transformer in this game is in the back, which is good. Sometimes they're up in the front, which I'd have to run a little bit more wire or use the wire that's already going there. I did notice that this transformer is not lined up with the lugs on the one side, which tells me that they replaced it at some point. So I hope this transformer is good. We'll find out, won't we? Get that. Put that down there. Okie dokie. I'm going to get my wire cutters. And all this information is obviously readily available on Pinside. That's how I learned it, was just learning it off the internet. So cut that bit off. And then this bit, which you probably can't see because I'm blocking it, we'll cut off here too. There. Alright, so now the wire that's in there is free. Get rid of all that old wire without taking any of that out. And then when it's all said and done, we'll just zip tie new wire. Here it is. Dead wire's gone. Alright. So we're going to unsolder these ones down here. Solder iron. Is this the easy way to do it? I think it is. Off the side of the fuse. Old solder. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's the one side. And come over this way. Get the other one off of the transformer. Or you can just cut it off right there instead of trying to deal with it. But remember that it goes on this white pin, white wire pin. Oh, it's not. This is again why you check these things. It's not even soldered on the pin. It's just wrapped around it. Oh my gosh. It's good enough. You just kind of wrap around it, should be fine. So that would mean any time that it was pulled, you're not getting power. It's got a little bit of solder on there, but broke off over time or something. But every time that's getting pulled, because it's not even going through the right way, your power's all screwed up. Alright, so we're going to solder to that, hopefully. This end of it. Come on. Get it through. And I keep going over in my head what I have to do. I have to put the smooth side through the fuse and the ribbed side off the block, or the black side to the fuse and that to the block. And then we're also going to be putting the ground wire on it, which that I got to put a clip on. We'll go to the transformer as well, to one of the legs. Do that, okay. So we got smooth, we got ribbed. Smooth side is the one to the fuse. Okay, yeah, we got this. We can do it. Smooth side to the fuse side. Smooth fuse. Black fuse. Or switch. But I don't have a switch, so fuse. And this, I think this is long enough. I'm just going to tie in back behind. Alright. Smooth side. I'm going to get my soldering iron and solder. I'm not too worried about the fuse that's in here because over here there's 5 fuses in this game, and sometimes there's a fuse on the playfield, but this one doesn't have a fuse on the playfield. There's 5 fuses. The 3 up near the front, the label is still attached. It tells you what kind of fuse, which is awesome. There's a fuse down here in the center. The label over time, which I'm assuming was there, fell off, is gone, and then there's a one in the back, and the same difference. The label is gone if there was one. But luckily, the owner had the schematics, because that's very important. And it looks in the schematics that one of the fuses, which is the one closest to the back, is a 7.5 amp fast blow fuse. And then the other one would be a 1 amp, it's up here somewhere, a 1 amp slow blow fuse. Now the one in the back that's supposed to be 7.5 according to this is a 15 amp. And I am not turning this on with a 15 amp there because it's not supposed to have it. Also up front here, they got a 20 amp where the 15 amp goes, so maybe I'll swap that, put the 15 over there. But again, that's why you don't just turn these things on. You just gotta go from the beginning. And power's the part that's gonna hurt. And we don't wanna hurt. Alright, smooth side, fuse side. So we're gonna wrap around kind of the way that it was before. Might need to stretch out a little bit more so I get some more ground wire free. Yes. We're just gonna put the smooth side on the fuse side. Smooth side, it's the smooth side of the pillow. And let me get some solder going here. Oh, that could be a nice safety feature here. What you don't want happening in your EM game or any game is a solder bomb. So I'm going to put over here, because I feel that this will be the spot that I might accidentally do it, very gently lay a towel across. So in case something drops, it doesn't drop on anything and cause any problem. That's a good safety tip. Thanks, Egon. I haven't remembered to do this. It's been so long since I did it. Smooth side, fuse side. Alright, get the this out of the way for a second. Back at this. Ooh, this side's under here. And I'm sorry if you can't quite see, but I'm going to get some solder on the actual fuse. And I'm not going to breathe that. Not breathing. Don't breathe in. Don't breathe in. Alright, I think I got enough solder. Oh, actually, that's what I want to do. Use the solder to help me clear out this hole so I can put the wire in the hole. Get my solder sucker. That one sucks. It's not that good. But it'll work in a pinch. Alright. So we're trying to get the hole cleared out. Wires out before, but I think it just filled with solder. There we go. Hot. Almost. Just another little bit of suckage. There we go. I think I got a hole in there now. Sucked up something. Normally I take the fuse out, but like I said, I don't care about this fuse. Alright. I also ordered a pack of fuses. Alright, smooth side is the good side. Running it back through here. Let's see if we can get it in the hole. Or if I didn't get the hole wide enough yet. Nope, I don't think I got it wide enough yet. Oh, you little monkey. Maybe put a little bit more solder on it and suck it out. Suck it out. Don't breathe that. Really going at it here. Nice and hot. And sucker on there. There we go. Man, it just does not want to come out. There might be a little bit of wire left in there. That should be a big enough hole. Alright. Now we get to remember the smooth side again. Put a little bit of solder on that. Just want to feed it through. Yes. Don't let me. Could also put a clip. There you. Come here, you. Let's just get it hot. That fell. Alright. At least my wire's in there now. Now I just get some solder on there, solder it on. Got it. Do not breathe the solder. Soldering that one in place. Yes, yes. the one side. Yep, nice and tight. Alright, now do the other side, which should be a lot easier, I say, in theory. There's not enough solder going on this thing. Hot, get hot. Let's get our solder really good on this side. This is the rib side going to the transformer, or the white wire going to the transformer. Make sure I get it nice and hot so it stays on there. Come on. Cooling down, cool side of the pillow. Little bit done, got that there. Alright, so the next part will be doing the ground wire. Ground. I'm going to attach to one of the legs off. Oh, it fell off. Guess it wasn't as tight as I thought it was. Thought it was good and tight. That. Let's try those white wire again. Get on there, you. Get on there. Just gotta make sure it's hot enough. Feel it through the wire. Oh, come on. Maybe you should have wrapped it around. Maybe you should have. Try to do that. Okay. Like that. I'm just gonna do that. It's over here. Alright, well, we got the smooth side on. Now get the rib side. Yes, even though it's already done, we'll do that again. Do it again. Come here. I'm going to wrap it around first and then solder it on there. That's why we have a blanket. Okay. Wrapping it around the white leg. Get on there, you. There we go. And then get the white one. Solder's back. Welcome back to the solder. Gonna put it on. Do not bother. Do not breathe the solder. The solder's not good to breathe. Get it nice and hot though. It's good. A lot better than it was, wasn't it? Now we're on there, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Alright. One thing I didn't check to see is if I have a little thing to put on the ground wire, which I'm pretty sure I do. Got a whole box full of stuff. Again, I would assume that if you live in a bigger city, this stuff is a lot easier to do, but for me, not a lot of places to get things around here. So I can't get stuff like all the fuses that I need. I think this will be good. Big enough. This guy. We're going to put it on the ground wire. Make sure we're not getting that caught because we're going to zip tie that later. It's nice and big. nice and big, but we're going to put it on there anyway. This will work. Alright. That wire goes in there. Don't do that. But it's not enough to just put a ground on the transformer. I got to ground the rest of the machine too. So it'll require a grounding braid, which I do luckily have that. That side down, and that side down. Crimpy dimpy. Alright, not too worried about that part. I just wanted that to be snug. And we're going to go on the leg. I think I can lift this up for right now because I don't have solder going on. Be very careful not to snag it. I'm going to just go off the back sides, just keep it nice and clean. And I think I'll go off of this leg back here. Let's see how tight they are. Well, it's actually tightened down for being one that doesn't fit. Let's see if I can use one of these guys to get it. Yes? I think that was it, right? Woo! It was. First try. It's always good to get the right tool first try. Mic up here, but working. We'll try to banter when I can. Yeah, my mic is up. Sorry, can you hear me? All right. Let's see. How you doing, Sutral? Let's undo the one in the back, because that's where I want to be. I want to be in the back. Better. Well, I brought the mic closer, but I'm trying not to block everything with the microphone. So we're loosening up the nut off the back of the transformer. That's where our ground wire is going to go. And then also the start of our grounding braid is going to go there too. Don't lose your nut underneath the transformer. That's not good. All right. Better. Better. All right. We got our ground wire on there. We'll put the nut back on. Yes. This is the exciting part. You dig deep to get down in there. All right, come on. Then tighten it real good with our tools. Am I even on it? Don't know if I'm on it. I'm going to try. Get another one just a little bit better. What's that, 3/8? Is it bigger? That's bigger. Bigger or smaller? Smaller or bigger? There we go. That's much better. It was just enough to loosen the other one, but not quite enough to get it. There we go. Getting that nice and tight. We're going to check it with our meter here to make sure that the ground is actually grounded. Alright, get the meter, continuity test. Oh, there it is. Alright, so I need the end of the wire. my cha on my ground, and then we're going to check. I'm not going to check that side, I'm going to check the other side that I didn't put the wire. See if that makes a difference here. That, and there we go. I am getting continuity on my ground, so that's good. Alright, then we'll check these ones. So that means that the smooth side, this side, which is the hot side, should be off of this one. And it is. Well, that's normal. Don't worry about that. It's because it's going through. It's because there's contact somewhere. Like if I took the fuse out, that wouldn't happen. Go to the right side. Yep, it's dead there. And fuse. So the reason that there was continuity going through was because somewhere one of these switches is connected. Either it's supposed to be or not, but either way, that's why continuity was going through. And the fuse was there. So, get this out of the way. And again, like I said, this fuse is a 15 amp in a 7.5 amp spot, which, no, we're not doing that. So what I'm going to do is, I got fuses on order. I have some fuses. I don't have a lot because I've just haven't started being a pinball repair guy as much as some other people. So I'm doing the best I can. But since I'm not going to turn it on, I'm still going to go over a couple other things, none of which is that fuse. But I am confident now that if I were to get the correct fuse and plug it in, I'd feel a lot better. We also got a nice long cord going on here. So we're going to get that out of the way. It's feeding through the right way. So again, simple things. Black wire to fuse or switch, or a fuse should go through the switch. White wire or ribbed wire to the transformer. And that's that. Ooh, that's not good here. Look, there's a staple in the middle. That could cause a problem too. So this does have, this is a kickoff, I think. The older machines that don't have the switches to turn them on, you would be able to hit them from underneath and shut them off at least, and then you turn them back on again by putting the quarter in. I don't understand that system other than putting a switch on. But so we have our knocker here for replay, our bell knocker here, and then there's for this bell, and then there's one in the back that's missing it. They're missing the knocker there, so I gotta tell the guy about that one. I'm gonna look at this. Now the different color is this is just painted orange, whereas it could sometimes, if it's burned, ooh, go slowly. If it's burned, you'll tell that it's burned on the paper, but that's not burned. That's just an orange one, which I think was just replaced. There's this one. This one's got play and give like it's supposed to, but this one, it doesn't. So I'm going to check and make sure that everything is wired correctly on that guy. Wrong way with that. There we go. Okay. So we got a few more minutes here. Let's go over some of the other stuff. So we're going to take these things all out, which I said these are really easy because they've got these little cotter pins. You pull that pin out and you very carefully tilt it back, and you can pull it out, but you still don't want to mess up with the wires or anything. And I'm going to pull these all out, and I'm going to clean all of these switches and make sure that they are doing what they should be doing. If they should be, when I push this thing in, if they should be closing, or when I push this thing in, they should be opening. And I can verify that either just visually here or with the schematic, which luckily that guy had. But I can already tell that this one is bent pretty good. And it doesn't look like it's releasing off of that pin. So I got a lot of adjustment to do. But I don't want to do any of it until I get the game on. Because if it's working, don't fix it. You just gotta clean stuff. Let's get that pin back in. Right there. But we got that. So we got zip tie. We'll zip tie the wire in place so it doesn't want to go anywhere. Make sure we pull. I think we pulled all the way through. I got plenty of wire. I just didn't want it to be so short and want to pull on anything. But we'll zip tie it anyway. But since I'm done down there with that, I can at least set the playfield back in it. And then we can look at the playfield a little bit. Alright. Back here, we're going to tuck these back behind. Zip tie. There's no way, unless they do something stupid, that you can't put that past people. There should be no way that that gets pulled out. I've got tons of excess in there on purpose. I think we should be okay. Alright. From here we'll just set the playfield back in it. Just sitting over here on the floor. Unplug that. It's nice and hot. Come over. Got my playfield. Up. Watch where I'm going. Got low wires. Want to make sure that we set it back in nice and straight into the upright position. There we go. Just lean it up against there. Alright, so to get these Jones plugs clean, I'm gonna have to get some sandpaper around all these. There's a lot of residue on these Jones plugs. Come back this way. Where are we at? I don't know where. There it is. There we are. Yeah, get it to focus. Look at all the residue on the ends of those things. So I want to get them shiny, nice and chromed out again, like they were. That I don't need power for. I can do that. And I'll do all these. There's the other side of the Jones plug too that I can try to get a file in and clean those. I don't have to worry about that either being on. The good thing about these two is that they're usually all different sizes, so you don't have to accidentally plug it in the wrong way. But we got a lot done here. We got the power cord done. That's what I wanted to do. Feed this back through so it doesn't get in the way. I'm going to feed this back through so it doesn't get in the way. But I'm not going to attach it. I'm just feeding it through. And then we'll put the playfield back up very carefully. Get into its other position without going sideways. There we go. One thing that they had, let me go back up here. Wide angle, wide angle. One thing this guy had in here, which I had to learn on the internet, which I'd never seen before, is that there's this ball trough under here. In some of these Gottlieb games, this big old thing here, some of these Gottlieb games you can put 5 balls in. That's what this ball trough's for, but this game in particular, you don't put 5, it's only 1. And it could throw the whole game off if you put more than 1 in there. Ooh, look at these. Screws are loose too. Oh my gosh, so much stuff to do. Set it there. It's not going to go all the way down because I haven't locked it all the way with that underneath pull bar. Whew. But I'm happy I accomplished what I wanted to do, which was get this. So now I'm waiting on fuses. Fuses. That's pretty much it. Next thing, tomorrow, I'll probably spend a couple hours just kind of cleaning some of the switches and going over here, like up here. Look at this. There's this target that goes back and forth like this. This rubber is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be back behind it. You can't even hit this shot with this rubber here. So I ordered a rubber kit. We'll do all that. We got these little flippers that are so wide apart. That's a really cool thing about this. Wide flippers, and then the ball can go down in this and get shot back up. But it can drain pretty easily down all these sides. A lot of draininess to it, but cool little playfield going on. Look at it. It's nice and clean and colorful. There doesn't seem to be any wear on it, except for maybe this little bit here, and that's no big deal. And it's kind of based on it says it's based on My Fair Lady, but I think it's based on people going to the show My Fair Lady. But either way, really colorful. 1966. So anyway, that was the first part. That was getting the power. We'll clean some switches tomorrow, and we'll go from there. And then, maybe get back to playing some pinball. But I got this game for a while, and we'll get it working. Till then, I'm going to probably have to head out. It's getting nice and lonely over here. You only do what you got to do, and I'm in the middle of a work shift anyway. But that was changing out the power cord. Yay for me. And it's white too. Maybe he'll enjoy that. There's not just a basic black one. It matches the playfield. So nice. Beautiful. Alright, I will see you guys tomorrow for another edition of working on this pinball machine. See you guys.